Agency is a big part of working with a real estate agent. Knowing who is working for who and how that impacts how you interact with the agents is an essential component to navigating the process of selling and buying a home. This is part 4 of a 5-part series on agency. This is episode 133. Today we're going to be talking about dual agency. The big takeaway from previous entries in this series was to remember that your agreement is with the firm and not the agent. The real estate agent may be working to help you buy or sell your home, but your legal agreement is with the firm. I like to tell my clients that I love them and the entire real estate process, but if I were to win the lottery tonight, their transaction is safe with another agent in our firm. The agreement is with the firm and another agent in the firm will be taking over for me during my extended permanent vacation. While it doesn't happen often, in reality, a change in agent may happen if an agent changes firm in the middle of an agreement. I have also known clients to be unhappy with the job an agent is doing on their purchase or listing, and the broker in charge, or the BIC of the firm, changes the agent assigned to the listing to keep things moving forward. Due to the listing being with the firm, the possibility exists that a buyer's agent could show a home by a listing agent from the same firm. This is legally called dual agency. The buyer would be represented by a different agent than the seller, but because the agency agreement is with the firm and not the specific agent, the firm is acting as a dual agent. When this happens, it should always be disclosed to all parties. It's typical and common, and there's no need for alarm, but everyone involved should be aware. In most cases, your information is safe. The North Carolina real estate requires all legal documents to be kept on file at the real estate office so the BIC has immediate access to everything. While I keep the documents up to date at our office, I keep all personal information and notes and additional documentation that would include private details that clients wouldn't want disclosed to the other side in my personal folder. This ensures that while the firm is representing both sides, my client is protected as possible. When you list with an agent or choose to buy with an agent, that agent will usually ask if it would be okay with dual agency. You should never feel obligated to agree to dual agency. It should be a decision you're comfortable with. If you are a buyer and don't allow dual agency, the firm that represents you won't be able to show your home listed with their firm. If you are a seller who chooses not to allow dual agency, any buyers represented by the firm are immediately not eligible. Depending on the size and the productivity of the firm, this could significantly limit your options, and it is a decision to be carefully considered. Keep in mind when you agree to dual agency, you're also agreeing to allow the agent, who's the representative of the firm, to represent both sides of the transaction. In previous episodes, I had discussed the duties of an agent. One of these is loyalty, and while it's possible to balance between both sides, it's extremely difficult in some situations. As a general rule in business practice, I will not represent a buyer and seller on the same deal unless necessary. I compare it to being a divorce attorney trying to work for the husband and the wife at the same time. My job as an agent is to get you the best deal possible. It would be nearly impossible to make sure both sides walk away from the closing table with the best deal possible. There are agents who are highly skilled in this process. When both agents agree to dual agency, it's ethical and legal, but I'm personally against it morally. I just can't see how it's fair to the clients if I'm working as the middleman in the deal. There are some pitfalls to dual agency. If an agent or firm is working on both sides of a deal, they can't work for or against one side. Both the seller and buyer are clients of the other agent. This is certainly a delicate balance to be met. Additionally, if a single agent is working for both sides, it may become difficult to determine if all the important information is being presented. I represented a seller, and when he originally purchased a home, he was not advised to get a home inspection. When his home went under contract, this buyer found many issues that caused a tremendous amount of concern. These were items that had been present long before my client had purchased the home. Because his previous agent was representing the buyer and seller of the deal, proper advising could not have been done. His previous agent either couldn't or sadly wouldn't work on his behalf because of that conflict. It was a very difficult process that could have been avoided if my seller had been aware of the pitfalls of dual agency. The final entry in this series will be discussing the buyer's agency agreement. Remember that there are plenty of additional videos, blog entries, and contents on my website and YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook page. If you think of someone that may find these helpful and valuable, please pass them along. Until next time, I'm Chris Whitehurst. Welcome home.